I woke up saying there were some things that happened during the meet. I'm not even signed in, so I can't see the new stuff. What's going on, man?
Just the typical DOJ doing brain dead shit. And then pre-crying the moment, you kind of pointed out.
Okay, you want to give me the details?
So, remember that document that me and my cabinet have been responding to for like a week and a half?
Yeah.
Do you remember how on Sunday they mentioned that they were going to be altering the fine and the time, whatever?
Right, the penal code. So they were
upping it to think of the 5 months.
The new, I want to say like the current economy of the city, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Well, they decided to throw a fast one and introduced a bunch of penal code changes that are not backed by any legislation. And then claim that they have the authority to add whatever the fuck they want. Which they illegalized and turned contraband. They turned jump boots, wingsuits, everything into fucking contraband. So I put out a state announcement because I'm getting like, my shit's blowing off the fucking hinges when I wake up. And I put out a state announcement that says Los Santos Mayor Office is aware of the changes to the penal code. We're actively investigating. We're actively investigating, not determined, investigating the legitimacy of some of these charges, including those that do not appear to be backed by legislation. And so I got fucking Beric crying, and then I got fucking Arcadia crying, and, I get off the phone with her, and oh my God, what a fucking, the amount of pre-crying on that fucking call.
Well, you made Barrett cry? It's his birthday.
I don't give a fuck. He's like, oh my God, why have you talked to any of the DOJ? Why didn't you talk to us about it before putting it out? Listen, you stupid, dumb cunts. I work for the people of the fucking city. You had the opportunity to tell us at the meeting last Sunday that you plan to introduce a bunch of new penal code charges.
I thought they were just updating the current ones.
Exactly. That's what they told us. And they think I'm like fucking retarded or something? Like, as if they didn't do this behind our back? Oh, they did this on purpose. And then the audacity, the allegations thrown my way for letting the citizens know that we're looking into it, like as if I'm doing something wrong. No, fuck you. I have spent way too much energy over the past 7 months. Way too much. Trying to make sure that everyone has a voice. I held back on impeachments so as not to make matters worse. But the moment, but these fucking people, right? I cannot comprehend for a singular second that they don't know what they're doing when they pass something like this. Where's the evidence? Like, who told them that this shit is illegal? They have the ability to pass legislation and say, we're going to make jump boots illegal, all right? And then everyone in the city has an opportunity to put their voice in. But instead, they are circumventing our Constitution and our laws in order to be the kings and queens of the city.
Yeah, I've had my run-in with Weiss specifically. He deigned to make something unconstitutional because he didn't like it. He basically told me my vibe killer thing. Because we tried to compare it to disorderly conduct, he was like, well, I don't like disorderly conduct anyway, because I think that's unconstitutional. So we're just not going to make your thing constitutional. And I was just like, brother, what? It's in the Constitution already.
I don't think they understand their role, Mumbles.
No.
And you gotta understand, I've already fought this battle. They're trying to get me to fight again. And the pre-crying is enough to make me not want to be involved. Because I know what happened last time. And all I did was contest legislation. I didn't call up the governor on my cell phone. Those are the allegations made against me. Right? I don't want that same shit to happen again.
Yeah, if we were looped into all of this, I mean, we could have prevented a lot.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's just I'm exhausted is what it is. I'm exhausted of I don't know.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Because you've done a lot of good for this this old city of ours. Put a lot of work in.
Yeah. I think if it wasn't like a repeat, I'd be less frustrated. Let alone coupled by the pre-crying. I mean, the audacity. Mumbles. What, that I need to talk to them? They fucking did it first. Right? Why? They had a choice to loop us in. But instead, they dropped it on the entire city. And they expect me to stay quiet and not reassure the civilians that I'm looking into it? That I need to talk to them first? I want to explain why this is so bad, right? About 3 months ago when the governor came in, it came with a state, like, it came with a notice explaining what the role of the judges were, right? And the role of the judges and the justices is to take law that exists, hear it in court, and then make rulings. And then they might make case law. They are not the arbiter of determining what is and is not illegal just because they feel like it. They're not legislators.
They got to build it on a foundation.
Precisely. Instead, they're working as if they are the arm of the police department, where they feel like they need to change shit in order to make the PD happy. That's inherently corrupt. You ever hear, like, these, like, countries where the judges change shit to make the, the president or prime minister happy? That's what this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, how do you then? I don't know. So. Who's to say tomorrow they're not going to make, and tomorrow they could say all the car upgrades are illegal. Doesn't matter what you and I say.
Right, because the only way to get them is through illicit means.
Yeah.
But you got to build up on that, right?
Yeah. What makes matters worse is this conversation that I'm having right now. We had it on that document they put forward. And they kept reassuring. They're like, oh my God, but Nino, we're not like the old DOJ. We're not going to do shit like that. We're going to change the language. So what the fuck is this? Like, we literally now have to impeach all of them. And we have to contest their legislation. And we got to go and fight all these charges they put in. That's 10 times the amount of work instead of them using their fucking little brains for a second. They're effectively in one swole swoop saying, we can pass legislation like backdoor legislation.
Right. Because they're writing it themselves, therefore they find it constitutional.
They don't even have to pass the legislation. They just put it in the penal code. It doesn't work that way. In fact, once again, we already had that battle. That's why, like, over repair, helicopter repair kits and tourniquets 3 months back. So it's like they've forgotten it all. Arcadia had the audacity to say, well, aside from her interrupting me every chance she got while I was in the ICU, asked me why'd I put out the state announcement. As I tried to explain, it kept interrupting me, ending with, you could have talked to me about this. Thank you for slapping me across the face. Like, what the fuck?
Like you guys should have done with us.
Yeah, I don't. there's no, I don't know. Not intellectually stimulated by any of this.
Yeah.
I want to put it like this, Mumbles. If one state announcement has them that pissed, I'm afraid of what actual taking legislative action is going to look like. I got
Right.
PTSD. But
I mean, they're not leaving you much of a choice if they refuse to communicate with us in the first place, right? You have to do your part in reassuring your citizens that you're going to be able to look into this.
yeah. I just I'm really pressed by the inference that they're being demonized over a reassurance. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Right.
just, it's fucking frustrating. It's fucking foul to me.
Did they say why they did it?
They wanted to talk about it at that DOJ meeting, but I didn't want to go. I was too pissed. I'm a strong believer that if you're fucking pissed and no belief, you do not engage in a conversation. I would have crashed out.
You know, crashing out is healthy.
You
just
haven't
bottle
seen
up
me
your food.
actually crash out before. I am very good at hitting the right points. But I'm an adult. I know when it's you know. I know it was not going to be good for anybody if I was at that meeting. It wouldn't have been productive. It would have been a lot of yelling. I probably would have thrown a chair across the table.
Was it just the contraband stuff, or is there anything else that they added to the penal code without informing us?
There's other things in there, but that was like the one that stood out the most. There's something around like FIB documents. It's just, for me, it's the principle of this. It's saying
Right.
the principle of like, we're not even going to attempt to legislate. Like EMP launcher. They could have literally just altered the existing weapon legislation. But instead, they're just saying like, oh, you know what? Actually, we don't need to do that. They could have had case law over Al Saab using it against them. Test drive vehicles. This is literal. This is
This feels like the whole dirty money argument all over again.
oh yeah, they put it. I tell you, speaking of, they made dirty money illegal. Like literally, Suarez was fired over this. Like, I don't, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how are they? I don't know how you could be so tone deaf. Wait, have you seen? Look in your shared
Suarez
reports.
died for nothing.
Right here, possession of 10K or more in dirty money without definition. Dirty money shall the same meaning as misdemeanor possession of dirty money. Like, what the fuck?
But huh?
They just magically decided. Like, Mumbles, I don't even know how to argue this. Like, I genuinely, it's going to be such a, like, a bad conversation. You know what I mean? Like, like you have to watch. You get what I'm saying, right? Like this is gonna be a very mind-filled conversation. Like, what do you mean that is illegal? You know, what do you mean jump boots are illegal? Well, it comes from the, it comes from the cargo ship. Well, okay, how do you know? Like what? Like what the fuck?
Can you share with me that investigative report you guys have drawn up over the past couple of months to inform us on how jump boots are obtained, please?
Is there a court case about it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. So, yeah. G6 are going to become felons.
The what?
They legalized some of the stuff that they get.
What do you...
PNY cards. You get those by working the G6 civilian job.
Oh. They didn't even put the thought into that one, huh?
That's exactly it. I mean, this is why, I don't know, like, I can't process it. I can't. You know, the audacity of like, hey, you could talk to us. We were talking to civilians all day after pushing these charges. It's like, brother, we're given this system to do things in a way where the entire city can participate.
Exactly.
I just hate the feeling that, like, as if I'm fighting for myself on these matters. I want people to have a voice. I want the PD to have a voice. I want the PD to be able to investigate things, bring them to court, presenting it to us, and us making these things illegal, right? But this kind of short circuits all of it. The best way I could describe it to my cabinet earlier is like, it feels like it's like an arcade machine, and someone just decided, oh yeah, hey, by the way, you can't hit those, like, those golden coins anymore. They're illegal. They're gonna kill you now. You're gonna lose a life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? So, anyways, so yeah, I spent the last 8 hours trying to figure out what to do next, and whether I got interest anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, how have you been?
Good. Moonshine thing went through okay. We reintroduced it as illegal, but still gave it legal properties, whereas like the people that want to sell it can, right? Operate bars, and the people that still want to, do the stupid shit that they want to do with Moonshine, they can still do.
I know
kind of a two side of the coin situation.
I know there's concerns over it. Some that was brought to me, but the way I put it is like, if I think the concern was over it being like over one still and whatnot, and what I told them was like, listen, if we need to do something different down south, we can do that. Let Blaine County manage what makes sense to them, because you're gonna have your constituents. They're gonna have certain like requirements, and Oh
yeah, we spoke to a lot of people on that one. Hey, do you guys like Moonshine being legal? About 90% of them said no, they don't want it to be legal.
Mumbles.
Hi.
Nino.
Michael, the legislation you wrote up.
Yeah.
I think we start with something simple, that it's the right to possess legislation.
Sure.
And simply say everything is illegal in Los Santos County unless there is written state or county legislation fully written out. And I want to be very particular in the writing because these dumb fucks are claiming that the penal code is effectively legislation, which isn't. Their vernacular is dog shit. So we need to make sure that even a child understands that the penal code is not enough. You know what I mean?
Could I leave the bit in about the choke sex?
Let's keep it very simple and no memes. It should be like half a page. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like literally say, and then, but you can say including and then iterate things out.
You got it.
Yeah. And then we'll get that posted like, you know, in the next, as soon as you're done.
Sure.
I think that's a good like short circuit to it. Included in there, I want you to also put dirty money, EMP launchers. Actually, no. We'll amend that afterwards. Yeah, we'll do that afterwards.
I think it's easier to not name things.
It is, but I think we should call out these particular things specifically.
Yeah, okay.
And I think in the legislation, you should also write that it is the belief of the Los Santos County that everything is legal unless proven to be otherwise, right? And that the means by which to do so would be to pass legislation underlining the reasons for that particular thing being illegal. You know what I mean? So we're going to throw a line of protest in there.
Sounds like a reset almost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is where it gets dangerous when you start, I guess, banning specific items rather than targeting the actual act, targeting the actual crime, right? So I like the approach.
Yeah.
Are the justices still awake?
They might be.
I just saw Falconer down at the beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be having a word with them because I want to find out what their reasoning was, other than we just did it because.
I thought about it and I kept my mouth shut because what I've come to realize, Mumbles, is that when you argue with idiots in this city, they tend to pull you down to their level and then they beat you with experience. So I just don't do it anymore.
Yeah. I think knowing why they did it is important. I think what you're doing makes sense, Mumbles. I'd like to at some point as well, but when I'm of a cooler mind.
I want to know the intent behind it all, right? Like why did they do this in the first place? And if I don't like their reasoning, which sounds like I probably won't, then I'll be upset.
Well,
I respect that. But to me, the reasoning is less important than the methodology. It's the process. It's how they've continued to go about doing things. And it's just been more of the same. And
It's not like it can't be undone.
You're right. Yep.
true.
You're right.
I think
If they make a mistake, they can undo it. Simple as
that. I agree. You're right, Mumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you might be in a better position for that. Because you know I'm going to come in hot. At least you're
and I'm
still
a clown,
like
they won't take me seriously.
Well, I was going to say you're kind of like a virgin with this. You know what I mean? So.
What? My political.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like you didn't have to, like, you didn't have to go through the shit we did last term. You know what I mean? Like for us, this is, we went through this previously. You know what I mean? We're damaged.
Right.
Political syphilis. That's what it feels like.
Oh my God. I did, by the way, dig up comments that we made on the that document. And
yeah.
and it read, it specifically called out what we're talking about here, and in those comments, actually it says it right here. I think what's happening is, if you look up the judicial powers, it doesn't call out state legislation. So I think what they're effectively in their mind thinking is that they have the ability to write penal code acting as state legislation without any form of backing legislation, even though that kind of goes against the wording.
Let's unpack this really quickly, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Let's assume that the penal code is in fact legislation. If that's the case, is the DOJ a legislative authority? If the answer is no, which it is, they're not, then they don't have the power needed to amend it because it's legislation. So it doesn't matter really what their argument is. They're just wrong, which is, I mean, for us, it's just Saturday. For Mumbles, that's maybe like a new and exciting concept, but it's their default setting.
Yeah. Anyways. The toe stuff. Mumbles.
Oh, yeah. Was that brought to your attention?
It was, but I think you were misinformed by
Was I?
Maeve.
Okay.
Yeah, so we never had that agreement with Pred.
Okay.
I'm unaware of some of the details surrounding it. The problem is that toe is a sinkhole of like losing money. The impound fees do exist, but those impound fees relate to personal vehicles that are impounded. So the challenge becomes, how do we know what's impounded from where, right?
Oh, got it.
Does that kind of make sense? So even if there's a lot of tow taking place, that's not gonna be that number is unrelated to the impound, right?
Right, because yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah. But I'm gonna look at it a little bit deeper. I mean, listen, I'm down to help you guys out where I can, you know what I mean? I just gotta...
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out how to get out of this hole. It's ever since we had to up the what was it, the prison sentence time, we've just been losing money, like I want to say like 400K a day.
Shit.
Wait, what do you mean?
So you remember how at the last meeting on Saturday, they told us to up the fine to 100% and the time to 100% on the sliders?
Mm-hmm.
When I did that, I noticed a lot more was coming out of the budget on my end, because we're keeping people in the prison for longer. Yeah,
man, it's almost like these systems were put in place for the mayors to make decisions around the county and not the PD and their fucking big brother, the DOJ, to playing God. You know what I mean? Crazy.
Yep. Sounds like you should slap them back to where they were.
Oh, wow. We did get the green light for that, by the way.
That we can just put that slider back? Oh, good.
Wait, what was it before for you? Was it all the way down?
75%, I think, yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy, Mumbles. A lot of your money, I'm guessing around $2 million every 7 days, is probably going to a lot of fucking deputies.
Yep.
So, you know,
a lot of them.
The difficult thing, and this is, look, I'm just going to say it. Blaine County was... You know, your budget was designed for a small sheriff's office.
Wait, I think it's all starting to make sense.
Yeah.
Pred made them not come on duty so he would get more money in the budget. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then he bought a jetpack.
Holy fuck.
To be fair, no, he used to bump it to 2,500 on the weekends.
That is true.
Yeah. He was actually very... That guy, I'm going to be real with you, Pred was way too nice. This guy literally had me change their you know, when he wasn't around on the weekends, bump him up to 2,500 on the weekends. But that's the tough part, right? You know, it's... How do I put this, Mumbles? You know, there's like... there's the desire for BCSO to be an equivalent to the LSPD, right? But then there's the realities of, you know, the population sizes of the counties. And it's those two philosophies that butt heads, right?
I said that to Princess. Blaine County is overstaffed and under-policed simultaneously.
Yeah. But there's no good solution to it. Like, I know you guys don't have a lot going on up north, right? But
soon, TM, Grapeseed will be bussing.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's going to be good. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's never been my... Even as I'm telling you this now, this is not my way of saying, like, fuck BCSO, fire half of them. It's just, you know, pointing out the obvious. It's, what the hell are you going to do about it? Type shit. I got all this money, but none of it really matters. At the end of the day, what the fuck are people going to do with it? The fuck power do we have anyways? What power do the people have anyways?
Nothing. Should have gone the justice route. Then you can do whatever you want, I guess.
I'm too smart for that.
I'm gonna be the next governor.
What? No way. Really?
Yeah.
I tried to be a governor.
How'd that go?
Nah, the clowns just gave me shit all the time. So I became the mayor instead. They turned my office into a playpen.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, but now you're the mayor. No more kiddie table for you with those big boy moves.
I know. Yeah.
You know where my Oval Office used to be?
Tell me.
It's out in the fun house. It was nice. It was a giant room. Marble columns. I had a press briefing area. TV on the wall. Pews where the press could sit. Next to that was an Oval Office. Nice big windows. Now it's just a giant dice.
Is it actually oval shaped?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had Clowntanamo Bay underneath. Gone now.
Why don't you just build it all back in the BCSO?
There's no property!
Oh, yeah. Womp womp.
I'm gonna legislate a committee that can go inside people's houses to see if they're actually living in there. And if there's nobody there, if it's just a blank, empty room with a box in the middle of it, I'm seizing it.
Hey, I'm for it. Just don't touch
Oh, don't
Harmony
even
Gas.
get me started. We had a cop down here where, like, certain... Are you ready for this? You gotta... Listen, you can go talk to him. Ventura bought bought CG's old property. He was found selling 250 Bitcoin on Twitter. You ready for this? I spoke to one of the guys who knows what's inside. He said that shit would have been loaded with cash. Now you tell me, you think he reported that?
The IRS is gonna get him for that.
He told me it's one of their wash houses.
Oh my god. Well, doesn't money like crumple and disintegrate over time?
I got no fucking idea, brother.
Not in Canada. It's plastic. We got plastic money.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What's up is down and what down is up. We were talking about making the department, the DOJ efficiency legislation.
Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
You know what that stands for?
What's that?
Well, pronounce it out loud. DOJ efficiency. What would be the acronym?
Doge.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut
Or
down City
dodgy.
Hall, not let anyone go inside. Get all like start removing people, you know? Jesus fucking
Do
Christ.
me first.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what we need.
Anyways. I'm sorry if I'm killing your vibe here, Mumbles. It's just
It's okay. That act didn't go through.
yeah. Oh man.
It's deemed unconstitutional because of free speech. Who cares? It would have been funny.
It would have been
The
yeah.
vibe killer one?
Well, yeah, let it
Yeah.
fucking play out. You know what I mean?
That
It's
was
funny. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
That's how it should have been. Yeah. You know what's crazy? That's exactly the conversation we had with Pred's legislation and the governor. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
What? And now I'm starting to regret me playing ball with the DOJ. Because everyone is like, oh, yeah, Nino, you know, do they really need to do the constitutionality check? I'm like, yeah, it's probably a good thing. You know, we got to make sure everyone's fair, you know, and everyone's got their, like, you know, place. But look at me. Look at me being the fucking nice guy. I'm going to legalize bombs in Los Santos County. I'm going to legalize... I'm going to expand legislation to allow for hunting of justices as sport.
I'm telling you now, if you legislate legal bombs, I'm going to be putting claymores all over humane labs.
Wait, what? Why humane labs?
I'm tired of that being like the excuse place to go. Oh my God, there's something happening. Where do we go? Humane labs.
Not
Fuck
wrong.
you. Yes, do something else.
Jesus.
Every week, I'm hearing something's happening. Oh, the lighthouse. Oh my God, something's. Oh, humane labs. Shut the fuck up. Go
Oh
somewhere
my
else.
God. We can't. It's illegal now. Mumbles, they made it all illegal.
I know. Shut the fuck up.
That's
You guys should get
crazy.
married.
I'm already married.
All right. Thruple?
I don't want to be Nino's fiance. I saw what happened to the last two.
What do you mean? One's a judge.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Other one's
She
got
is?
syphilis. She's
So they're both on the up and up.
all right. I'm gonna get some sleep.
All right. Oh, gonna email you tonight about something. Just be on the lookout for that.
We'll do.
Okay.
I'll start.
All right.
Gentlemen, have a great night.
You take care.
Was that your car in the parking lot? I wasn't sure if it was a car or a fucking Decepticon.
Oh yeah, you like the Bluetooth wheels?
Jesus. Surprised that thing even drives.
Oh yeah, it drives all right.
Straight.
Brian time.
Mm-hmm.
I need some Brian.
See it with the front bumper on intact, you know? Pretty good. All right, you gentlemen, have a great night.
You
Take
too.
care.
Yeah, I don't know, Michael. I think my time's gonna be limited. I don't think I'm gonna be around as much.
I don't blame you.
This is not intellectually motivating.
Motivating, stimulating.
No, it's stimulating. That's a better word.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of kind of bored of rinse and repeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
What happened to the leg?
Just the thought of having. I think I had like I got a brain aneurysm over this whole thing. Michael, if you heard that phone call, holy fucking pre-crime into the max.
With who?
Arcadia. I mean, it wasn't any better with Beric. You know what I mean? Oh my God, you're saying something against us. Oh my God. Fuck out of here. I will never understand how words are scarier than action.
It's a good question.
It never... Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that's how politics were everywhere else? How dare you criticize a politician? Holy fuck! How dare you be upset at all those executive orders? How dare you? Why didn't you talk to him first? Jesus fucking Christ! Oh, there was layoffs at the company? And you're mad? Why are you protesting? Why don't you talk to him first? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, are you hearing yourself? Like, in what fucking domain of existence is this, like, normal?
It's a good question. It's a very good question. You around tomorrow?
I'm gonna pay the bills and then we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I'll draft something up for you.
All right. Keep it really simple. I think.
Yeah.
Make a separate one for dirty money.
Like a separate.
We're
piece, or
gonna
like an amendment to it.
Sure, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Watch the triumphant Quentin Quantum Returns video yet?
No, I'm gonna take a look at that in a little bit.
It's a good one.